United States grows more soybeans than any other country, at least for now. Nebraska contributes a significant share to that ranking as the fourth largest soybean growing state and exporter in the nation. Already this year, U.S. soybean exports are up 2.2 million tons, thanks in part to large Chinese imports. At the Embassy Suites in Lincoln Monday, we talked with Greg Peters from the Nebraska Soybean Board about finding export opportunities for soybeans. Greg is the District 6 Director for the Nebraska Soybean Board and works with the U.S. Soybean Export Council, where he recently returned from a visit to Mexico.
Well, our trip to Mexico was it was a shortened trip. I was there to be involved in the United Export Strategies for 2014 for the Americas region, which includes the United States, Canada, Mexico, Central and South America.
So these are all producers from that region trying to figure out where to put their money to reach, what, overseas markets?
For overseas market. The money that we get for export promotion purposes come from the United Soybean Board, comes from the Foreign Agricultural Service, and come from MAPS program out of the USDA, part of the Farm Bill funding program. And so with the undecided Farm Bill, there is question about funds available for market promotion for soybeans in worldwide, for that matter, not just Central, not just the Americas, but worldwide.
So what are the things that you look at when you're looking at other markets? What plays into it?
Oh, we look at the population that those markets are involved in, the return products for those that want to use our soybean oil and our soybean meal. What can they produce that they can make money on, make a profit on? Basically, we're looking, we talked about food needs for the population of Mexico and Central and South America because they're a very impoverished area down there. And so if we can get some soy product, soy flour or something like that in their basic staple, say like tortillas in Mexico as an example. If we can get like a 5% blend of soy flour in the tortilla flour, then that benefits the Mexican public in general as for health benefits. And they have a real obesity problem in Mexico anyway. And so if you can supplement those tortillas with soy flour, that helps the obesity situation, or at least the nutritionists seem to tell us that that's going to help the obesity situation in Mexico. Well, then that opens the door for soy flour processing, which comes from crushing soybeans or from meal that comes from the United States. So the soybean producer in the United States benefits from that type of an operation. The other thing that another project that we look at is aquaculture. China is the largest aquaculture producer in the world. This past year, they turned the corner and they are no longer a net exporter of aquaculture products, that they are going to be a net importer of aquaculture products. Well, where are those products going to come from? Well, they're going to come from Southeast Asia because of their relative close position to China. Well, if China takes all the aquaculture products from Southeast Asia, the United States won't have a reasonably economical source of aquaculture products, say fish, shrimp, lobster coming into this country. The logical producer for those is Central, South America, and Mexico. And so we're promoting those type of feeding demonstrations and those type of producer opportunities in those areas to supplement the fish type products coming into the United States, which is the second to oil in imports to the United States is fish products.
I'm curious as to how you look at China. They're a huge importer of U.S. soybeans. Is that something you look at and say, you know, we hope to lean on them for an export market, or is it something where you say, well, we know we have this market, let's try to find more markets like this?
We try to, China's kind of a twofold animal because you still have to maintain the market share that you do have in China. You would like to increase it. But if you can make them a net importer of soybeans, then you really don't care where they come from because they're going to take soybeans from wherever they can buy them the cheapest, whether it's South America or whether it's from us. And so the important part is so that we can get rid of our beans or our soy products out of this country to wherever, to China, because of the biggest population growth at this point in time. The next population you got to look at is in India. That is where the dynamic population growth is really occurring. And if you look at the worldwide population center for the buying public. It's shifted from Europe in the last 50 years and is now just outside of Pakistan. Okay. And so that in the next 50 years, that is going to shift over into India as the central location for the buying public. And so India will become a place where we need to do more soy usage if we can. India right now is a net exporter of soybean meal. We hope to turn that corner this year to make them a net, either a zero exporter and importer, and from there on out get them to be an importer of soybeans to suffice their population that they want to feed.